Hey, how you guys doing? My name is Brian Jones. I am Panamanian.
My name is Tomás. I work in the Brazilian office in São Paulo.
Renata Honorato. I'm Brazilian, so it's pretty hard for me to explain what I am.
I identify as Brazilian, even though I have different backgrounds. I was born and raised in Brazil.
My name is Denise Martinez. Being Chicana to me means embracing my indigenous roots, but being part of the Latinx group as well is being part of the bigger group.
My name is Priscilla Bermea, and I am a Mexican woman.
My name is Julio Caballero, Salvadorian American.
My name is Juan Jose Moreno. I am from Colombia.
I am Bianca Serrano, Latin and white.
My name is Omar Miranda. I identify myself as Mexican, I guess. I also identify myself as a Latin American.
My name is Javier España. I'm an Argentinian and an Ali American, which has its difference. Argentinians are different from other countries, which is great.
We call ourselves like Afro-Latino, which is like kind of like a weird space. Growing up, when you look at me, you know, if you didn't see my parents from back to school night or anything like that, by default, they're just like, oh, this is a black guy. When I step outside, I'm black. I open my mouth, but my family, I'm Panamanian. So like, it's just like having that dual understanding growing up was very beneficial to me as I look back on my culture and now as an adult.
I grew up in a little town named El Espinal. In fact, that town has 35,000 persons. So I am most like a farm boy.
Basically, my family defines me. And I believe that that's a strong quality of especially Latin American culture. All of our family and friends are really a key part of ourselves.
Being part of the Latin culture doesn't mean one thing.
My sister is way lighter. So she was easily identified as being like Mexican right off the back. And of course, they like to correct you like, I'm not Mexican, you know, I'm Panamanian. And, you know, there's like, you know, they just lump everything in one. And it's not like that. Just like how other ethnicities and races don't like to be just lumped into one. There's so much culture behind it.
It's a unique experience, I guess, coming from Central American family and background in a largely Mexican city and state. I was Salvadorian American. You know, I've actually visited, and it's full of amazing, hardworking, and you know, strong group of people.
Every country in Latin America are so different than the other. Brazil and the rest of Latin America is so different. Venezuela and Ecuador are different. Peru are different. So that difference is like a family.
When you travel to Brazil, we are a mix of every culture and every other countries. Doesn't matter how you look like, you can be Brazilian. Because like can be white, can be black, it doesn't matter. We have all kind of people here.
People of Latin heritage come in all shapes and sizes and colors and experiences, and every single one of them is valid.
We're talking about 20 different countries and we're trying to adapt a game for 20 different cultures.
We're not a monolith, so I'd just really like to see games that kind of showcase that in a sense where it looks like the game did their due diligence in creating a story that was representative of the group.
Yeah, I don't feel the Colombian or the other countries in Latin America are well represented in video games. That is a shitty situation for us. And I think that the stereotypes in video games are happening. In fact, I didn't know any Colombian main character in a video game. So that is really sad.
It's kind of like one model that reflects a whole, you know, continent of diverse peoples. Definitely highlighting those different experiences, different parts of the Latin American experiences would be nice to see.
I'm just tired of seeing the same old, you know, drug cartel type gang violence. Like those are very stereotypical and are, you know, they're entertaining, but like it's the same old, and or like characters that just haven't been written well.
I can feel more involved in this world when I saw a character that, okay, this is like me. I understand that, yeah. And I believe that we, as Riot, can, how can I say, lead this kind of changes in the industry.
I would like to pose the challenge to the rest of Riot on how can we better serve and make the Latin American community happy, considering all of these nuances and caveats.
We make games for players. It doesn't say that we make games for English-speaking players, or we make games for, I don't know, American players or European players or Asian players. We make games for players. It doesn't matter where they are from, you know?
There's this kind of like a global culture for LATAM. It's always challenging talking about, hey, you know, I love what you did with this voiceover for this champion, you know, and this the fact that you use this word that is very specific to a region. That was awesome, you know, to do that kind of things that it's really easy to get inspired by that and to keep going, you know.
A few months in, we just kind of had coffee and asked ourselves, what is our purpose as the LOC team for LATAM? And I remember a lot that he said, we have to be the best localization team on earth. And that has been like our North Star.
Not only I could say to my kids in 10 years that, hey, I helped that happen, but most importantly for us, at least in Latin America, I made that happen in Latin America, which is something that is not usual.
Brazilians that follow esports and the gaming scene in general, I like to talk about sports because we are really passionate. So when you have big events in Brazil, an esports team, they came to Brazil to play, they were so fascinating with the audience. They say, oh, they're screaming like crazy. They are like huge fans. They love the players. And knowing that I can do this living in Brazil is something unique.
It is something that I just want to applaud them to keep on doing. And what I want to see in there is just continue to provide information, continue to provide a safe place for individuals to talk that just have concerns and things they might be going through. People feel like they can have a voice there. And then from there can evoke change. You know, evoke change in your company first, and then also probably outside of the company by showing what we have.
I feel really, really inspired by working in a gaming company because I feel that we can make difference.
I think we want to share with the world what is Latin America and why Latin America is so important.
I'm very, very excited for what. I know it kind of started as like a meme Slack at first, you know, just like somewhere where people could post funny memes in Spanish, and I'm very excited to see what it develops into.
So knowing that there are people like me sharing like similar thoughts and where I can discuss, and knowing that a company not only recognize but do support different people and different backgrounds, I think it means a lot. And I'm glad that you guys invited me, and this is becoming something real inside Riot.
And we can each learn something about that unique mix of different cultures or different languages in our lives and our childhoods. Different experiences for different people are all still valid within the Latin culture.
I'm extremely excited. I'm looking forward. I think it's been a long time coming. I'm looking forward to all the awesome stuff we're going to get to do in terms of not only building our community internally, but also helping with community volunteer opportunities in improving our communities that way, but also just getting to make better content for our players within the Latinx community.
Something that is real, you know, something that is actually that a space where we can talk about ourselves and where we can learn about other Latinos is fantastic, you know. And Unidos is a great word for it because yeah, it's how we feel and how we should represent ourselves, you know, united.
Nada pode nos parar.
Nada pode nos parar.
Nada nos puede 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 parar.
Riot Unidos.